Hey guys, what's up? Let me. I'm here with another Blu-ray DVD collection update. Nothing much here, just 9 movies that I'm adding into my collection. Um, so, yeah, let's get to it. First of all, I bought the Blu-ray of Krampus because I really liked the movie. I personally thought the movie was really good. Overall, like I wouldn't give it like an 8 or 9, but I'd give it a solid like 7. It's very very entertaining. And I was gonna get the DVD, but I saw the Blu-ray had some has some exclusives, some behind the scenes stuff and stuff about why certain things were shows, like why certain things were done with the Krampus mythos. Overall, gotta say, I was really looking forward to watching some of these deleted and extended scenes, as well as the alternate ending, which was going to be on this release. Too bad the extended scenes really didn't add much. It was just it was just some dialogue that was cut out, which, I mean, like, it's kind of interesting to see what they cut out and why, but I was expecting to see the R-rated cut of the film that I had heard existed at some point, but apparently this film was actually originally 100% shot to be a PG-13 film. So I'm kind of upset about that. The other thing is the ending is almost the same as the ending to the version that is on the Blu-ray and that was shown in theaters. Um, I mean, I thought the ending that they showed in theaters was kind of cool. It was a cool way of giving both people, a very warm and fuzzy ending, but at the same time a very dark and kind of, I'd almost say like a very dark and creepy ending at the same time. I thought it was a really cool way of doing it, and then the alternate ending you get on this Blu-ray is like they literally just cut the last few seconds off of the off of the ending we saw in theaters, and that was how it was supposed to end. And I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous. I'm kind of disappointed with these special features on this movie. I still really like it, and I'm still happy to put it in my collection, but uh, I really hate to say that that the special features are kind of crap. I'm definitely gonna have to watch the audio commentary. They have audio commentary on this, as well as the Blu-ray exclusive features, which some of those might be interesting. Next, I got the Nightmare on Elm Street box set because I don't own any of them on any format, but now I own all fucking 8 of them. I would now quickly go through and give my thoughts on every single entry in the series. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, Wes Craven's original. It is an absolute classic of the horror genre. It's one of those ones that everybody has seen, or everybody knows about, or everybody's heard of. And it's one of those movies that, while shot on a low budget and it is a little bit cheesy at times, it's still overall very, very creepy movie. The sequel is often considered to be the worst of the series, but honestly, I think it's a pretty underrated little movie. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, I will admit the title doesn't make much sense, because he's not getting revenge on Nancy, who originally got rid of him in the first film, but it was still an interesting entry, and I will admit all these homoerotic undertones in the film they are a bit weird when you really pay attention and look at all these very homosexual undertones. But honestly, I kind of think that adds, at least for me personally, to the camp factor of it. The second one wasn't really that creepy. Well, okay, it had a couple kind of creepy scenes, but other than a few scenes, it was overall not omega creepy, not as creepy as the first one. The third one's probably my favorite in the series, for obvious reasons. It incorporated a lot of fantasy elements, and it had a bit more comedy in it, while also being pretty creative and creepy. Also, I have the syringe finger Freddy Funko Pop right here in my new wall of horror Funko Pops. Part 4, Dream Master. Another one that I think is a little underrated in the series. It's definitely not many people say it's that good, and I think it's kind of underrated. I mean, it's pretty good overall, and it has some pretty cool kills, you know. And it's as always with the Nightmare on Elm Street series, it's pretty creative when it comes to the dream sequences and stuff. I will say this: it's one of the only horror films that I can think of off the top of my head where it fits the stereotype of the black guy dying first. Part 5, The Dream Child. Probably my least favorite entry in the series, and one that I only watch, that I never watch, honestly. I've only watched the Part 5 in the Nightmare on Elm Street series about maybe 3 times in my entire life. And I don't really think it's that good of an entry. I mean, it's watchable, and like I said, it's creative overall, but the performance from the child actor in the film is kind of flat, and I don't really like it. And I often hate it when movies try to throw in children as like one of the main characters just to be like, oh look, a child might die, even though you know nothing's gonna happen because this is a mainstream horror film. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, another one a lot of people consider to be the worst of the series. I honestly think is not one of the best of the series, but definitely a very underrated entry in the series. It's funny as hell, and it is extremely goofy, and sure, if you went from watching the first one, which was creepy and a little bit cheesy, but still overall extremely creepy and well made, and you go to Freddy's Dead and you see how it has become kind of cartoonish, I'm sure people were mad about that, but I still thought it was a cool little entry in the series, and definitely a very, very interesting. I don't really know what to say, but I really like it overall. It's fun, and honestly, that's what horror films really have to be. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Wes's return to the series, is honestly, from a actual like filmmaking and critical standpoint, is easily the best in the series. I mean, it is creepy all around. It's never cheesy. The acting in it, even from the main kid actor, main child actor, is good, and it does a really good job of kind of portraying real life horrors as a juxtaposition to the horrors within the films, which in this entry in the series are just films. And finally, Freddy vs. Jason, my least favorite of the series. It's extremely disappointing overall. It's really not that interesting or well written. The kills aren't super creative. The whole like plot to get Freddy and Jason to fight each other is a little bit ridiculous and contrived. Like if Freddy really wanted to get people to start believing in him again, then wouldn't he do what he did in like literally every other entry in the series and slowly infiltrate their dreams and then slowly gain power by slowly infiltrating their dreams? I mean, I think that would make a lot more sense overall. I will say the whole thing where where all the adults in the town assume that the person who's going around killing these teenagers is Freddy, and they try to hide it from the main characters. I will admit that's kind of a cool little subplot or little thing they threw into the movie. And some of the stuff about the main girl, some of the stuff about her father, and her relationship with her father is also kind of interesting, but... And it's another one of those movies where it's like, oh, something versus something, and they don't really fight, and nobody really wins. You know, I know there are people out there who like Freddy vs. Jason quite a bit, but I honestly can't really say that I like it that much at all. But that's really it for this DVD Blu-ray collection update. I'm sure I'll be back in a few weeks with some stuff I've pre-ordered, some vinyl albums of horror soundtracks and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, I'm Biscuit Boo 69, signing off. Peace.